Alright, so we left off. Our king became a Crusader king, unfortunately, and he's just kind of chilling in prison there because he took on the largest Islamic empire, of course, and he just got destroyed in one siege, and I had nothing to do about it. Meanwhile, we got drawn to this war with Georgia, Shirvan, and one of the Armenias. Jerusalem. Oh, they're back. They're still here, actually. Still kicking this around this game. We're trying to raise money to ransom our king because breaking him out of prison doesn't seem to be working very well. We're not at war with Konya, are we? Konya kind of took over where Rome was. Cyprus got destroyed. Jerusalem's still here. We're doing pretty good in this campaign. The one, like, honestly, I would totally play multiplayer all the time, every day of the week, if you could play the battles in the multiplayer. Unfortunately, you can't. So, like, the battles in single player are still one of the things that have me coming back to the single player.
A diplomatic message has arrived.
Ransom offered. Grant his freedom for that. Sure, we need to raise money to ransom our own king before he gets murdered and before the cost goes up. So hopefully, once we... Wow. This is, are we at war with these people? Yeah. That's right. So we're trying to... Yeah, Malatya would be a nice province to pick up, I think. This, of course, is our random campaign. We started out, on Wednesday, of course. Played like a tiny bit yesterday. And jump back into it today. But mainly this is going to be a multiplayer stream, I'm sure, as more people show up. I do like having a campaign running, so I can just start the stream, start playing Pomerania Destroyed, and then swap over to multiplayer when enough people hang out. We did like start and play, like there was a campaign that went south yesterday. Like there was one where I like had problems and other people. There was a campaign where I was doing really good, and
another kingdom agreed
and not everybody else did as well.
From prison.
All right, you.
My troops are waiting.
I think Aleppo is where we're recruiting our soldiers at the moment. What are our armies consist of? Can't really see too well right now. Bunch of light spearmen, crossbowmen. Yeah, so still pretty low tech in this game. So one thing, well, first of all, let's see who we can skill up right now.
I will make your name famous, my lord.
7, 15, 5, 5, 5, 5. I guess it makes sense to skill up our generals more.
We have pillaged an enemy settlement.
Excellent. Alright, so, wait, they have lost some troops here, but I think we're gonna go attack this castle anyway. Actually, I lied. We're gonna go refill some troops and then attack. Hope everybody is having a wonderful evening, of course.
To battle and victory.
Oh, this is really small. Yeah, they had rebels like rampaging through, so yeah, that's a thing.
My troops are waiting.
I really need to get a royal armory in this town, but it's going to be really expensive unless we destroy this great mosque and the masjid. I think we will destroy the great mosque. Yeah. Unfortunate. This is not a trade center anymore, right? No, it's not. It could become one again, but this is where we got most of our military stuff. So let's build royal armory once we have enough money.
Our enemies have gained a new
Trebizond is at war with us as well now.
At once.
Oh good, he got his army refilled, so he can get out there and join the siege, but should be over pretty quick. We can skill somebody else up, I guess.
We will break
can
their
get,
defenses.
More archery. Archery's great.
I feel wiser now.
Ridiculously overpowered in this game. Great opportunity. Now, if you would like to join our multiplayer games today, then by all means feel free.
My blade
Totally
is sharp.
A-okay. We need to get hiring some more troops with you, but we'll say that. The king is the best soldier, of course, here.
Our armies have conquered a province.
Alright.
A province of ours requires your attention.
Crusade against Shirvan.
Infidels
Okay.
beware. A new
Nice.
crusade is coming.
Plot available. Trade center moved to Torino. Low stability. Where's our cardinal? That's right, he's just a cardinal, not a special cardinal. Can't quite afford that.
Your crown shall fall.
We do, of course, have...
Sire, one of our Catholic cousins has been excommunicated.
You know, the rebels are kind of annoying, and they probably...
My liege, restore order.
Come on, let's go.
Scum.
Alright, once we have enough books, we can start adopting the province.
Attack.
More troops have come to aid
It's
in
so,
our
like...
battle.
Yeah, you guys take care of that. That'll be easy. Come on, we need to get the Royal Armory going here. Hope everybody has had a lovely first week of the year. I have been on vacation. It's been pretty cool and fun so far. As always, whether it is live in chat here on twitch.tv/thesot, or through DMs, or on the Discord, wherever it is, feel free just to ask questions at any time. I definitely still have much to learn about the game still, especially for multiplayer, but we're getting there. Alright, let's turn up time a bit. Taking forever. Cool to get back into this now. Our plan for tomorrow is going to be, our next few days is going to consist of either Fatal Frame 5 or Grand Taxation of the Civil War tomorrow. Definitely Crusader Kings 3 on Sunday. That seemed like a good day for it. And
We've crushed an
whatever
enemy
we don't
army.
do tomorrow, we'll do on Monday. So that's kind of my plan I've got going.
What is your wish?
Well, I kind of have the schedule working out slowly now.
Home sweet home.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, so I'm
Our
happy
diplomat
we
has strengthened
looped this
our bond with
land
another
mass
kingdom.
around here. Oh, we can get our Royal Armory now. Great. So yeah, you're gonna transform into a Royal Palace place. They do. There's 4 villages here, but that's just how the cookie crumbled here. Meanwhile, we have a ton of resources in Kayseri, which made this a trade center, but it may not be a trade center for long. But yeah, Aleppo, kind of annoying as a trade center, or as a military place. Like, what do we have? I don't think we have a lot of castles. It's like Kayseri and Malatya, so we could try to make Malatya another military zone in the future. That'd be definitely a lot better than Aleppo, but we can convert Aleppo to like a future
Right away,
place like
at
that.
once.
Can we hire something better than that? Yeah, Spearman. Perfect. Alright, let's get back moving here.
I am ready. This is a good strategy.
Cool. Hunting accent. Let's think about that. Arranged piece? No. So yeah, we've got... I think I saw some large enemy
Town
armies over there.
authorities have
Nice.
been taken over.
Simple
Sire.
enough. Let's save.
Sire, thy will
All the other
is done.
interesting thing about playing single player versus multiplayer is just the simple fact.
We have received a diplomatic message.
Against the Meccans. Let me think about this. We have been helped out by Jerusalem earlier. Kind of saved by them, but... who are you fighting against? Just Mecca? We don't really want to fight down there, so let's decline. Supporter in the war against Georgia. I don't know about that. Oh, this mountain range up here is kind of annoying. If we could just finish off Trebizond, that might be kind of cool. Nah, you do your war, we'll do our war. And
I
meanwhile,
thirst for battle.
we need to hire some more troops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, the way I hired this was stupid. The way that I want to organize this, but I want to make sure we had that. I want to make sure we have that. Can't quite get extra troops, but he's the king, so he has a higher manpower multiplier. So with that, we have our 3 armies back up in action. We could pillage a bit to get some money, or we could just take this province. It is worth a lot, though.
Yes.
So, could have one army. Do we have anybody with a Iron
War is
Fist?
coming.
Yes, my lord.
You get. Nope. You get extra resources from pillaging with Iron Fist.
My
I think we'll
troops
send
are
our
waiting.
2 other
Let us
armies
starve them to death.
to siege the castle, and then the king will kind of chill. Maybe we'll send him to pillage a bit after all. Once we see what's going on there. But yeah, really appreciate everybody hanging out, checking out the stream, of course. Have a tournament starting next week. That's going to be super exciting.
Yes.
I think it's going to start on Wednesday or Friday, because those are have been two of the most fun Knights of Honor 2 days for me.
I am skilled now.
And I think, depending on how stuff tomorrow goes, I might try to get some Knights of Honor 1 in as well. But yeah, yesterday we had we had a bunch of campaigns. A bunch of us had issues with it, of course, and everything. But the last one was going pretty well, I think, for most of us, which was with me, Pit Lord, Legend 27, and Kleosh. So that'd be a fun one to jump into again. Or get into another one with Naoshi with that group as well. But anybody who's interested, we still could probably organize a multiplayer game today. So if you are interested in playing multiplayer today, just say it in chat here. Unfortunately, like, I can't really see the Discord too well while I'm streaming, but I do try to check in on that. Could always use another monitor in the future. Oh, interesting.
Sire, our culture has spread to another province.
Yes. War is coming.
Yes.
Oh, hey, there's a Gulam cavalry for sale there. That's kind of cool. Alright, plunder. Yeah, so this is a relative, like, Georgia's at, like, there's a bunch of people at war up here. Alani and Antioch. So they have more armies fighting up in Georgia. And it looks like, yeah, there's an army coming around here. One thing I did notice interesting about multiplayer, of course, is that you don't really get your, can I set you loose? Ooh, a rebel in a selected kingdom. Georgia. Yeah. Knock yourself out.
Impossible. You ask for too much.
He said no. I could execute him, but there's no reason to. Everybody likes this except peasants. Let's think about that. We do need to get our guys more skilled up for sure.
One of our knights is not governing a province.
The diplomat doesn't have a province. Well, what's our province with the most settlements that doesn't have a guy? Antioch itself. You get to have the honor. Wait, what the hell? This is governed by Cardinal Gerald. Oh, I misread this, didn't I? Malatia. Okay, so this is actually our 9th province right now. Gotcha. You get extra kingdom stability with these guys. What are you getting here? Extra books. Yeah, probably the diplomat's better.
Will flourish under my command.
But yeah, I want to build Malatia into a military place as well. So let's build a barracks here. It does have some resources, of course. So that's a thing. Spire Uprising. Let me think about that. We'll need lords' castles, and we will need yeah, herbs and spices are the only ones we only get here. So where the hell was Samsat?
Political view.
Oh, it's over there. Okay.
We have
Trebizond.
improved our relations with a foreign kingdom.
Yeah, we can loop around and take over
We
this
have no business with you.
this place. Trebizond seems kind of fucked, honestly. You get money from defeating the rebels. Apologize, I've been a little tired today. Not my usual energetic self just yet, of course.
I got it.
I guess we can upgrade the barracks more while we're at it. Let's give you... We don't have stables yet. We need to get our Templar Knights, of course. That'll be super... Like, this is a random campaign. Totally just, like, hit a random number generator and went for it. And we end up with a very overpowered country, even though we were surrounded by other religions. It was weird, though, because, like the Muslim kingdoms around us were actually, like, kind of friendly at the start, along with the Kingdom of Jerusalem,
A
of
new
course.
building has been finished.
Well, they have a
Our
big...
armies have pillaged a settlement.
They have a big army up here, and it's fighting them. Well, that's good for us. We can't join them in that fight, but we might be able to camp there and do that. Alright, so we get Lord's Castles here. Royal Army is probably better to get first. Let's save that up for that, and then Lord's Castles. But yeah, Malatya is not too bad of a place for soldiers. Where are our knights? Tarsus, he has no castles. So... yeah, you got a barracks here. There's housing. Oh, we do need housing here as well, of course. So we need a bunch of stuff going on. Let's switch. Who's in Tarsus again? Sicilia. Wait. Drogo. Interesting. So here it says the province name, town Tarsus. I didn't notice that before, but if you look here, you can see the province name and then the town Tarsus. But I don't know if there's an easy way to... oh, Province Sicilia. So that's actually kind of complicated to figure out the names of towns versus names of provinces. But anyway, let's switch.
I shall turn these
and
lands into
hopefully
your
this switches
strongest bastion.
automatically. No, it does not.
This province
So
will
we'll do
flourish
that.
under my command.
Alright.
What is your wish?
The rebels are being crushed by their king there. That's a very small rebel army, of course.
What is your command? Marching on.
They have a much bigger army than us, I believe. Peasants, light infantry, things like that.
Yes.
We could, of course, go... roll ties broken. Alright. So we can pick up extra
A foreign
troops for
kingdom
our...
wishes to arrange marriage. A new
king
construction
to
has
Lady
been
Ida?
finished, my lord. Your wisest of rulers
Sure.
and his king.
Nice. Now I'm kind of regretting making the Royal Armory in Aleppo. Oh well. We can start upgrading things eventually, but... oh, you'll be fine.
Thirst for battle. We'll arrive soon. Done. My blade is sharp.
I guess we can just
Suck
pillage
everything
here
you
as well.
find. Spare no one.
Yeah, I want to have my next Royal Armory going very soon. Yeah. We went... yeah, Aleppo... we're changing our minds on this. We're going to reconstruct Malatya into our military place. Provoke war with Trebizond. No. Export food. No. We are going to need all the food we can get pretty soon. Of course. Turn up time again, I guess. Because this is taking a while. Alright, build a Royal Armory. Yeah, we're going to need a bunch of buildings here in Malatya. Not the best location, but it's pretty close to the front lines, of course. Alright, so... diplomatic mission to Rome. I don't think we need to be that friendly with Rome at the moment. We do have this army coming in here. That's fine. We can deal with that just by fighting. Of course, if these guys... they're looping back around to the castle. Wait a minute, let's level you up real quick before the battle starts. Alright, infantry tactics.
Wiser now.
Sire,
Alright.
we have completed an upgrade.
Nice. Stables upgrade complete. Gonna need to buy another slot there.
A hostile army has joined in battle against us.
So we get to have a
The enemy
manual
is
battle.
weak.
It's
Let
been
us
a
strike
while
their
since we've
army.
done this. But Trebizond, we could just take it off the board pretty quickly after this. Really appreciate everybody checking out the stream, everybody hanging out.
Damnation.
Also, I know
It will
people
hit
watch
us from
the VODs a
behind.
bit, so appreciate everybody doing that as well. Alright, so they have a decent-sized army outside the castle and a decent-sized army inside the castle.
At
So,
your command.
Control 1,
Ready to fight.
Control 2. Actually, wait a minute.
Bowmen ready.
Control 2. Come on.
Ready to fight.
There we go. Did we get that?
Bowmen ready.
No, it still didn't fucking work.
Ready to fight.
This is so weird and annoying.
Awaiting target.
There we go. And then
My
you guys
life
can be
is
3.
precious.
We need to get actual cavalry involved, although we mostly don't have cavalry style generals at the moment.
Company! Line!
So yeah, we have relatively skilled troops, of course. We've been fighting a number of wars.
I'm in
They
charge
do
here.
too as well. The guys from the town garrison's not especially large, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Let's have you guys come over
Beware of
here.
ambush! At your command.
We can have
Time to
kind of
move.
reform
Ready to
our
fight.
lines a little
The enemy
bit.
comes to face us outside.
We have another guy. Yeah, you can come over here.
Move.
Yeah.
March on! We are on our
You know,
way.
just
Awaiting
kind of like
target.
slightly reform our lines a
Reach
bit.
that strategic area. Move out.
And there's no reason to have the archers
to
this far
fight.
back, right? Anyway. I've always wondered about running in and just sniping this guy. Like, we'll take a bunch of archer fire, so I haven't really done it, but there is that. Oh, interesting. They are coming out from this side. I kind of feel like the generals, if they just charged in, would destroy everybody. Because look at these units here. They are shaking. Shaking? We did get started a little early today. Our official start time is 10 p.m. Eastern, so expecting things will light up here a bit more. Of course, we got that Knights of Honor 1 battle music
Spearmen
going.
ready.
Wait, no, like
Hold
that.
here. At your command.
Yeah, relatively normal Western style units in our armies. Got Baron Rainer and Baron Drogo. I guess I should put the king in Milan. Yeah, well, no, actually, that makes sense to have Aleppo.
Ready
Guys
to
get even
fight.
closer.
We are on our way. March on. Bowmen ready. Move out.
Okay, we're gonna have to fight them kind of at two sides at once. Oh, these guys are even waiting for them. That's actually kind of nice. Like, we could potentially just charge in and try to break them on that side. Probably need our cavalry on this side, but I think what we're gonna do is get 2 units of archers. You guys can get going here. 2 units of spearmen can go this way. Just kind of flanking them on this side, and we're gonna have
March on.
our spearmen and archers and everybody on this side be prepared as well. You guys can start shooting, I think.
Aim. Release. At your command.
You guys can start
We're
moving
on our
over
way.
here. Oh, they're kind of moving back over on that side. Okay, so we have this, of course, happening over here.
My life is precious. Awaiting target.
Yeah, you guys can start shooting over here. I think we need to
Ready to
have
fight.
maybe another guy come over here as well.
At your command.
You guys can come up a little bit.
Spearmen ready.
Be prepared for this flank, and let's watch the action play out a bit.
We are under attack. Release. Awaiting target.
Alright, you can shoot here. You can also, well, you can shoot here. You can also shoot
Ready
here.
to fight. Show me your heels.
That should be pretty easy here.
Down.
Alright, that's going well on that
Enemy
side.
troops are
Whoa.
attacking our leader.
Alright, we have a lot of
I
stuff
must
going on
be
over
well
here.
protected.
Alright, in fact, I don't like how exposed we are on this side at all, so
Run! Run!
let's get the hell out of
They're
there.
running away. Spearmen ready.
We are losing our capture point.
Alright, get the hell away out of here.
Flanking us. Kill them all.
Alright. Also, we need to get these
At your
guys
command.
involved on this flank more, I think. Alright, you guys can go in here.
Spearmen
We got
ready.
2 units of spearmen on this side. They can start moving in on these guys.
Ready to fight.
These archers you
Spearmen
can get
ready.
in over on this fight. But I misspoke. We're gonna have one
Ready
guy
to fight.
come over here. Meanwhile, all of you guys start going after this general. Cool. So, we are
Release.
doing okay.
We are being flanked. They are shooting at us.
Alright, nice. So yeah, they weren't.
Run away. Awaiting target.
The enemy here were kind of bummed, so
Spearmen ready.
we're gonna do okay with
Our
that.
leader is under attack.
The leader is apparently still
I
under
must
attack.
be well
That's fine.
protected.
We took a lot of general losses, but I think those refilled rather easily. Here.
Spearmen ready. Show me your heels.
Alright,
I must
we
be
can't have
well
our general
protected.
come back here.
Spearmen ready.
Go there. Gonna have like kind of an archery
Ready
duel
to
start
fight.
happening.
Bowmen ready.
Yeah, but the goal is to have the general charge in,
Ready to fight.
of course. You can shoot these guys. You can also shoot these guys.
Shoot the target. Ready
Alright,
to
these guys
fight.
are getting a little too close to the
Aim.
walls, of course.
Follow the banner man.
Alright.
I must be
And
well protected.
actually, no, you can charge these guys.
My life
You can
is
stay here.
precious.
A little damage.
Awaiting target.
And
Ready to fight. At your
charge.
command. Spearman ready.
Charge. I
Ready
love
to
to shoot
fight.
them with the archers, but instead we're gonna have to have
Awaiting target.
a little more defense there.
Ready to fight.
Alright.
Cover.
I
Awaiting
have a lot of
target.
pausing so far. That's kind of annoying, but
Bowmen
whoa, buddies,
ready.
come on.
Reach that strategic area. We are on our way.
All right, you guys
Ready
come
to
over
fight.
here as well.
Move
Why
out.
don't you run?
They're flanking us.
All right, so we can kill that
My
general
life is precious.
here. I guess you can get involved too.
Run.
But of course, these guys are coming around
We
from
must
behind.
protect our leader from the enemies. The enemy troops are losing hope quickly.
At your command. The cowards are fleeing.
All right. Of course, once you get your guys into melee range over here of their archers, they can stop shooting you.
I'm
Which
in
is-
charge here.
All right, you need to just
Surround
deal with
the
that.
enemy.
We killed the enemy leader. Victory
All right,
will
you can
be
all
ours.
charge in here. Yeah, they're just like trying to steal the capture points, a very video gaming kind of thing, but it's whatever.
Awaiting target. We are on our way. I'm in charge here.
The
Yeah.
enemy is taking
The general by
our capture
himself.
point.
Actually, you know what? You can all
Bowmen
just start.
ready. Raise
fighting
the
him.
bow. Shoot. I must be well protected. Throw spears. Bowmen ready. Quickly,
All right.
get out of here.
Do it
Our
okay now.
capture point is contested by the enemy.
All right, they're being annoyed behind us, but
Ready
you know
to
what?
fight.
Let's get a few units over here.
Awaiting target. Draw.
A little bit of a tip: you can misclick on the ground pretty easily, so you can always try to right-click on their name portrait, and you can also double-click to have them charge, just like Knights of
I'm
101.
in charge here. Reach the spot
Come on.
before the enemy.
God, they're taking forever.
Awaiting
Here,
target.
why don't you go fight
Draw
these guys?
blades.
Jesus,
Ready to fight. Move
Here.
out.
come on.
March on.
The enemy is taking
You can also hit
our
R to
capture
charge
point.
as well. Can we cut them off, please? Please.
Release.
Alright. All
My
you
life
guys.
is precious.
I guess you guys can come up here
To
too.
battle.
Alright, and then of course we have like a couple units over here.
Awaiting target. Ready to fight. Draw spears.
Alright, spear's going that way. But yeah, I actually, like, I mean, the general AI can be pretty bad at times.
My life is
we don't want to
precious.
accidentally lose like an
Face
idiot.
their cavalry.
But, because the general is early in the campaign so armored, it often makes sense to just go for their normal
Our
troops like
leader
I
is
have.
under attack.
Our leader's gotten disheartened,
After
so
me,
let's get
men.
him out of here for now. Like, he'll be better to chase them down later on if we need to. Come on.
We are on our way.
Come on. You can do it. You can do it.
Quickly.
I wish they could be a little more responsive, but I guess it's more
It looks
realistic this
safe.
way. Oh, my voice is cracking.
Enemy cavalry
Alright.
incoming.
That should be the end of him.
The enemy leader
Nice.
is dead, and his forces surrendered.
Alright, that's the last of that town.
Sire, we've conquered another province. Our
All right.
troops have withdrawn from the battlefield.
Alright, so Trebizond has like a 5,000 soldier town up there, so we need to be aware of that, of course. Also, if you're interested in playing multiplayer today or interested in the tournament, just let me know in chat.
Yes.
But yeah, there is a there's this merc camp here. All right, I don't think we didn't lose any units totally.
What is your
The
command?
generals honestly were the people who lost the most soldiers. So you guys can go here. You
I'm
guys
ready.
can go here. I guess we'll send our king as well because I want to buy him the unit number upgrade. I guess you could chill. Well, yeah. You can refill him as well. Tibuck conquered by a Crusader. I don't know if I can afford that upgrade for the king right now.
Yes.
You don't have siegecraft. Or no, you do have siegecraft. Gotcha. Yeah, actually, don't worry about that then. We want to get siegecraft going, so you can just refill. But yeah, Antioch, super fun campaign. Kind of feels weird how we're like best buds with all these Islamic countries, and it's like the
What is your command?
it's actually the
Right away. I was planning to do that anyway.
the other religion in the area,
I am ready.
Orthodox, that we're kind of not friendly with.
This is a good strategy.
So,
Consider it done,
alright, nice. We were able to refill everybody. That's great. What are we building here? Royal Armory. Once we get 2k, we can do that. Get Lord's Castles. We can put all that stuff there, I think. Because I think the only thing we need to build here are like apiaries and just that one section. So, cool. Of course, we also need housing, so fitting everything is going to be kind of tough. But I'm sure there's some other place you get herbs and spices, right? Herbs and spices. Not too close by though. That's kind of a problem.
The world at your feet.
Yeah, we don't have a very good spot for
Yes, my lord.
My sword is yours,
for
sire.
that kind of stuff. There's no great place to hire soldiers.
Enemy troops have crossed our
Oh no.
borders.
That's not good. We have, of course, that
What is
army
your
there.
wish?
Can we hire you? That's expensive.
My blade
I'll send
is
the
sharp.
king to go fight you. And meanwhile,
What is your command?
you guys go here,
My
you
troops
guys
are
go
waiting.
here. If we start plundering, their king should attack.
We have received a diplomatic
Trade
message.
agreement, sure. You're a future target, but we'll do that. So, let's see, you guys can
Yes.
probably get some nice plunder
troops
if you
are
go
waiting.
here. And meanwhile, we're gonna fight another battle here. Keep the
Our armies have the upper hand.
battle map RTS battles going today. Like, I think I've had way more multiplayer this week than single player, so definitely the battles on the battle maps are
enemy
super cool to
stands
jump
here.
back into a little bit, although we will get into multiplayer today for sure. Alright,
At your
fresh
command.
troops for the
Ready to
king,
fight.
but he is level
At your
15,
command.
so you cannot just be discounting that.
I must be well protected.
Alright.
I'm in charge here. Form a
Apologize.
line.
A little tired today. Like, I did stay up to 3:30 playing multiplayer last night in KOH2. I think that that Legend might be a little in trouble with his wife, which I was a little in trouble with my wife for that, but
My life is
not
precious.
too bad, luckily. Got some trees. You can have cover from archers in the trees, of course. But yeah, they have a kind of a heavy focus on cavalry. Yeah, haven't fought versus cavalry so much
Ready
lately.
to fight.
But just like
Move out. At your
spread out a
command.
tad.
Move. My life is precious.
Yeah, if we had a second army here, that'd be kind of handy. But you are a light cav on this flank. Desert Horse Archer is kind of a pain. Light cavalry as well.
I'm in charge here.
The Horse Archers are going to be a problem because, as the Byzantines found out, those could be kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. Yeah, we'll keep the general back here. But yeah, the AI really loves to do like just a straight, like a frontal assault with cavalry flanking.
Bowmen ready.
Here, all of our bowmen should just focus down
Shoot
this
the
group. If we
target.
can just kill their infantry really strong, that'll be good for us.
At your command.
And of course,
To arms.
that group
Spearmen ready. To
is going
battle.
to try
Ha-ha.
and
The weaklings
screw us
have
over
run
over
away.
here.
Follow the
Alright.
bannerman. Ready to fight. At your command. Draw spears.
Alright, you guys
Our
can start
capture point is
shooting these
contested
guys.
by the
Except
enemy.
for you guys, you can shoot them.
Raise the bow. Shoot. The cowards are fleeing. We are being flanked. Ready to
Actually, you
fight.
guys can shoot
The
here.
enemy is cowering. We must protect our leader from
We
the
got going on
enemies.
over here.
To
Alright, so we
battle.
did manage to
I
get
must
them
be
kind
well
of cornered over there.
protected.
That's good. Alright. Yeah, we just have like a lot of
Ready to fight. Release.
not crack troops. We have a very highly skilled general, so that's pretty big.
Spearman ready. Show me your heels.
We'll have all of those guys shoot
I'm in
there.
charge here.
Whoa, we're just
At your
taking
command.
some hits here, of course. No problems. So I was
Ready to
honestly
fight.
like not thinking this would be as one-sided as it
battle.
was, but you know, also I don't really want him to get away. But
At your command. Pierce them.
hopefully it
men.
turns around at some point. Like, I wonder if they can, you know, in Total War, how they just kind of run off the battle map, and they're like, well, I guess you live to fight another day.
Ready
You
to
guys can go fight
Shoot the target.
them.
Spearman ready. Blood
Charge.
and
I also
steel.
don't know if there's like, in this game, you know,
Ready to
where
fight.
if you can hold a position, you can receive a charge better, like with a spear wall or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Awaiting targets. Raise the bow. Shoot. Spearman ready. Ready to fight. Quickly.
But yeah,
take
we'll
that
see
position.
if he ends up running away totally. That would be
Spearman ready.
kind of annoying.
They are shooting at us.
What's up, Bay?
The enemy's fled.
Hey! Paul, how's it going, dude?
The puny enemy army leader is no
You got
more.
that game
Good news.
Against the
The enemy
Storm?
surrendered.
Like a strategy game, kind of slash city builder I wasn't totally familiar with. Like, how is that going for you?
Yes.
Like, I only had time to, like,
My blade is sharp.
check out a very small amount of stuff on it,
Respect
so...
my authority.
Always interested in new strategy games, although can't often afford new strategy games, but... Oh, this is going to be a big enemy army here. Aside for that, I hope you're enjoying your Friday and everything, of course. I stayed up like entirely too late playing this game last
What
night.
is your wish?
Multiplayer is kind of cool. It's very hard though, because you don't have the battle map, and the battle map like can make you win like against much stronger forces. Focuses more on objectives than diplomacy. I like it, but haven't had
More troops have
too
come
much
to
of a
aid in
chance
our
to play it
battle.
yet. Gotcha. Yeah, speaking of objectives in this game, in this game I feel like the AI does not focus enough on objectives. Like they plunder like your entire county before they finally assault the castle. But gotcha. Yeah, if I have a chance and it's on sale again,
Another
check that one
kingdom
out as well.
conspires to
Oh, no.
attack us, my lord. Our foes'
The
invasion
Ayyubids and
plan
Abbasids
grows
have an
stronger,
invasion
my
plan?
lord.
Like, why are they were friendly with us. I guess they're not really that friendly anymore.
Political view.
Yeah, I guess the Abbasids are less friendly. Who you? Yeah, Abbasids. Okay, cool. I'm excited to see what they do to make this game a little more polished. Pick it up once it's dropped to 2025. Yeah, the developers had a dev stream yesterday. I didn't watch the whole thing,
Fight
but
with honor.
they are wanting to work. They're working on AI, working on mod support. The original game had a lot of mod stuff too, so hopefully they can get some of the cool stuff ironed out with there. And I do think the
Our
game
foes' invasion plan
would
is no longer
would benefit
active.
from a sale in the future. Like I personally would like a eventually a price drop to like 30 with sales going on below that. Hey, their diplomat dies, so we have no more invasion plan.
Push forward.
The diplomat dies, and then everybody's like, "What
These should be useful.
invasion plan?" I have enjoyed the multiplayer games I've been doing this week. Like I really wish we had the battle maps, but like it makes it much harder without being able to do that. However, I have realized that there is kind of a metagame thing where, because like you can use some tactics and such to win those battles, you can kind of punch above your weight in single player, whereas multiplayer you have to be more careful. Yeah, I need to play the constant attacks and revolts. Yeah, I mean, like, once you get kind of used to the metagame and everything, I feel like there isn't that many
The
constant
world
attacks
at
and
your
revolts.
fingertips.
Like, when you establish your position, like, I haven't really had that many revolts this game. Like, early game, they kind of pop up quite a bit at times, but
Our diplomat has strengthened our bond with another kingdom.
it's not very clear how you
What is your wish? At
forestall
once.
the attacks of revolts, right? Like, Like, the game doesn't totally tell you clearly how you're going to make it so that your empire has enough stability and strength to not have all the constant revolts. I do think the AI is pretty cutthroat, though. Like, which is like kind of true to Knights of Honor 1.
Was interrupted by hostile forces.
Yeah, we're gonna fight this one out now. So it does.
We hold an advantage
140
over
seconds.
our enemies.
I wonder if we can win this battle before they come up. Deja vu. But really appreciate everybody turning in. Let me know who's interested in multiplayer. By default, I'm thinking some of the usual suspects from yesterday could get into multiplayer. And I am going to start a tournament next week. And just going to go very casual, week-by-week basis. Just, you have one match a week. Play it, can be as casual or hardcore as you want it to be. Just play against your guy, go by the honor system, tell me who wins. It's just for funsies. And I thought that there was no previous multiplayer tournaments for this game yet, but I've been heard that people from Qatar have been actually playing multiplayer, which is interesting, like tournaments.
Move out. Awaiting target.
Which is cool. Like actually wait, we need to add you into this group.
Ready to fight.
Like,
ready.
There's a large number of people from all over the world who
move to a better
play this game. Like if anything, I think that the European community and stuff is even maybe larger than the US one. So that's kind of cool.
Well
like I remember the forums back in the day for Knights of Honor 1. Lots of people from Germany and stuff chatting there. Like a guy Elvane, I remember from the forums, who's still around now, I think. And I forget what his name, but there was a guy making one of the famous mods. I remember from the forum. It was like Aeternum or something for Knights of Honor 1. Oh, these peasants are gonna get fucked.
Not too close.
Their numbers are pretty strong, so like on the battle map, they should work on like the like higher tier units do destroy lower tier on like the auto resolve, but they could be a little better with that, I think. Like here, our heavy cavalry and arrows and everything are just gonna destroy them, and we have pretty high.
We're being flanked. My life is precious. Surround the enemy.
We have like pretty like high tier units here, like skilled, I should say. We're letting them just like charge into us, and we're like peasants die to charges very quickly.
I'm in charge here.
Our leader is under attack.
Yeah.
The cowards are fleeing.
I do like that in this game the generals are quite strong, I feel like.
Pierce them, men. Ready to fight. Strike from a distance.
Our foe's morale is fading.
Alright. So yeah, you're gonna deal with that guy, no problem. Whoops, they just... That's kind of weird, they just went totally by them.
Quickly,
here, go fight those guys. Here.
My life is precious.
But yeah...
Victory is
yeah,
ours.
I don't find the cavalry running straight into the spearmen like all the time. I feel like they just really love to outflank. And usually I end up with like cavalry duels, so I haven't seen that happen too often. And then the thing of like the general, like I've usually seen the general be a little smarter, but there's like a bunch of times where like it seems like they're smart, and then a bunch of battles where they're not smart. Some of the battles can be relatively challenging, based on just a lot of times their archers being very strong. Like archers are just so strong in this game, but it definitely needs some improvements. Like it's like, I think it's not to the level of a Total War battle system, but I think it is. I mean, I think it's serviceable. Where I prefer this game's campaign map to Total War by a long shot, even though I like Total War, and so it's kind of like a nice mix to me. And I think like the high tier battles, like the high tier units, can be pretty fun.
Till the last
We're gonna have another battle, aren't we?
Enemy troops have invaded our lands. Sire,
right.
Our enemies were reinforced
I'll
in battle.
lead.
Enemy forces have stopped our pillaging.
Yeah, I don't think I've had as many. You mentioned how like the general can be stupid. You can just snipe him and then you win. I feel like that's less prevalent now than it was. Like the patch did some patches on that, and
we were gathering.
but for me, at least early on, I feel like if I do that, I lose. When I have like this tier of army or peasants or whatnot, I just lose half of my army while I'm chasing their general down or
At
just
your
trying to
command.
kill him. So I usually
Spearmen
go
ready.
Awaiting
for
target.
his units
Ready
and then
to
the
fight.
general most of
My
the time.
life is precious.
Alright. Of course, this army is a little weird how they'll just have like all archers. I guess it's not all archers. Actually, this is not as weird as I thought. There's some other units too. Okay. But yeah.
At your
There are definitely
command.
improvements to be made. There's definitely
Time to move.
like pricing
Form a
stuff
line.
they could do to mix things up that
Ready
would be
to
better.
fight. Bowmen ready.
Let's get you closer.
Reach that
I think
strategic
archers
area.
are just a tad too
I'm in
strong.
charge here.
Spearmen are a tad too strong. Swordsmen are pretty weak. But
Let's go. It looks safe.
like this game seems like a Crusader Kings 2 Total War Light kind of game too. It's expensive for lack of polish. Yeah, I think that's fair. And like, I actually kind of hated this game for the first 5 hours, and that kind of grew on me. And it also seemed expensive to me as well. Like, I'm like, this is the last game I buy till March, but it also helps that like I played so much of the original game when I was a kid, so I was able to look past some of it. And then there's like cool little things that are unique to this game that that aren't in other games that I enjoy. I don't think it's too much like Crusader Kings, actually.
My life is
Crusader
precious.
Kings is way more about building up the story of your dynasty and like about characters, almost like a role-playing game. And this is more like a paint the map, a little more like Total War. But like I really can't understate how like I like Total War, but I don't like that turn-based battle map nearly as much as I like this kind of battle map.
We are under attack. They are shooting at us.
Alright. You guys can start going in here.
Precise blows, men. Keep your
Yeah.
heads down.
Now it's like, see here the general just charging in straight into the middle. I don't feel like I see this
Enemy
happen
troops
too
are attacking
much,
our leader.
honestly. But then again, there's times like this where it does, and then I'm like looking like an idiot for saying that.
Flanking us. The cowards are
Here.
fleeing. Destroy the
But yeah,
foe.
your cavalry charging into them there can be very handy.
At your command.
We can do light.
Spearmen ready.
We can break our ranks here
Spread out.
to spread out to try and charge into there.
Ready to fight.
We do, of course, have the in-game music turned on now, but it doesn't seem to be really doing too
The
much.
weaklings have run away. I must be well protected.
Alright. Seem to be doing
Spearmen
relatively
ready.
okay on this flank.
Reach the spot before
It's
the
annoying
enemy.
that you can't just like run down the
We're being
archers too much.
flanked.
I would like to make
They're
the
running
cavalry build to
away.
fuck them up. But
Waiting target.
To arms.
but if you do get in melee range, they stop being able to
My
shoot.
life is precious.
I do like how good the
They're
general
shooting at
is.
us.
Like it feels pretty good to
Quicker,
charge
after
in
me.
and
I'm in charge here.
oh hey, we're
Blood
fighting
and
them here.
steel.
Cool.
My life is precious.
And of course, like
The enemy army leader
if
was
you were just
slain.
coming from,
We are under attack.
where is their other leader anyway? Is he down here? Yeah, he's down here. Okay. Only played for about 2 hours. That's true. Actually, so true story. Like I got the game when it came out, and I streamed it the first day, and I streamed for over 2 hours, so I kind of lost my ability to do that.
Our enemies are in
so I was
disarray
kind of
as we killed their leader.
like I kind of lost my ability to refund too easily, but also to I lost my train of thought. What was I about to say?
Push forward.
But I really want to give it like the strong
No surrender.
chance, and
no retreat.
it kind of like grew on me over time. But partly it was more I was more
What is
comparing
your
it to the
wish?
first game more than anything else. Man, like I think I would have had a much
The
different
enemy will
perspective if I
fall,
was
I assure you.
like coming this
I'm
more
ready.
from Total War or more from Crusader Kings. But if anybody else is coming to this game from one of those games, I'm interested in hearing. Another thing too is that I think a lot of people just like they actually just auto resolve all the battles, especially multiplayer, of course. So they don't. The AI is you don't have like
Sire,
the battle AI
here
issues
is
then, of
our
course.
enemy.
Ready to fight.
But I personally like the battles.
Spearman ready. Ready to fight. I must be well protected.
Oh yeah, I remember by the way, Apollo, how you
Company.
you had
Line!
like watched a bunch of my like Fatal Frame streams from before. I don't remember if you've seen any of Fatal Frame 5, but I think I might play that game tomorrow or Monday. It's either that game or the Civil War game. Like tomorrow, Monday will
From there
flip.
we can
Sunday will be
watch the
CK3. But yeah, the AI definitely could use some improvements for sure. But I'm hopeful. And like and you mentioned before how the developers seem cool and everything, which I agree. They've been pretty awesome. And what was it? They're gotcha. Nice. Yeah, really appreciate people lurking and everything. Yeah, I just keep on going back and forth. Do I want to play Fatal Frame, which is going to be I think the longest, most annoying mission in the game. I'm playing on Nightmare, and then the other game, the Total War game, is like it's got like Total War style battles, but more realistic, where like you actually send an order and like the guy travels across the map to give it to him and everything, going for more realism. In some ways, kind of like Bannerlord has you control your units indirectly, and you're an actual soldier. So, in some ways, trying to go for more realism in a way that other strategy games do not. But yeah, one thing I will say is that I feel like in Total War, like Shogun 2, I could send my cavalry on these giant loops around and then come in from behind. But I feel like the AI reacts pretty well to these giant flanking maneuvers. So like if I sent my general around ahead of time, like they would just all start peeling off to deal with him, so he could kind of get fucked up. So I prefer to wait a little bit. But hammer and anvil, of course, is always useful.
We are on our way.
Actually, I don't.
Destroy the
You can charge
foe.
him.
We are under attack. Take cover.
But yeah, for anybody tuning in, we are going to get to multiplayer when just start hearing from people when they want to play multiplayer in the stream. Until then, we're going to play this Antioch game that's been super fun so far, of course. And going to organize that tournament next week. If you're interested in that tournament, let me know. Super casual, not like trying to be like crazy StarCraft 2 esports. Hey, Legend, how's it going, dude? How's your evening going?
Quickly, take that position. Ready to fight. Draw a spear.
I know Kleosh was looking to get into multiplayer, but
Show me your heels.
City Building not Conquest good,
The
though.
enemy troops are losing hope quickly.
Farthest Frontier. I think I looked at some stuff of that.
I'm in charge here.
I have not.
Follow the bannerman.
Yeah, I haven't been able to like
We are being
look at it
flanked.
too carefully. Mostly have been either playing
My life
this
is
or like
precious.
editing a couple videos and stuff. Like we've got some Knights of Honor videos up, and busy day, man. Yeah,
Keep your heads down.
yeah, you and me both. Well, I'm on vacation, but I've been doing lots of kid stuff today, so hanging out with them, which is fun.
Ready to fight.
Why are you guys?
Quickly,
Yeah.
take that position.
So
Our
they-
cowardly foes retreated
I think that in
from
this
the
case, I think they
battlefield.
actually surrendered here. Like it said they retreated, but I feel like they just surrendered.
The enemy army leader is in our country.
Yeah, so we'll be.
Sire, the enemy
I think I'll give it like some time, and then if we see like a few more folks interest, like maybe like any
Should we
more
march?
folks into multiplayer, we'll jump into that. But yeah, I heard. Fledge, you heard. You mentioned that you might be in trouble last night. Did you? Were you okay? Were you okay? Because I've definitely gotten in trouble for that kind of thing.
What is your
I'm
command?
joking though.
We have erected a new building, sire. Sire, our pillaging was interrupted by hostile
But yeah, Farthest
forces.
Frontiers. I do like city builders. Actually, Caesar 3 was a cool city builder that I played as a kid and got totally addicted to a few months back. And one of the
We were
earliest
plundering
classic
these lands.
impressionist game city builders. And I think I might play that on stream in a week or two, because they have like an open source remake of that
When
game.
these fools interfered.
You can get off GOG. Let's see
At your
here.
command. Spearmen ready.
We have
Ready to
really
fight.
had low tech
Bowmen
units
ready.
this
I'm
campaign
in
so
charge
far.
here. I must be well protected.
But yeah, action packed. Action packed. I love these battles though. Like, yeah, the AI is not the same as like some other games out there, but they're fun. And I also still prefer them over
I'm
Knights
in
of Honor
charge
1.
here.
I do want to play some Knights of Honor 1 as well at some point.
From there we can watch
Did I ever
the
play the
battle.
Majesty Kingdom or Lord of the Realms games? Played a lot. I actually played Majesty 1 for a bit. We were doing multiplayer day. Yeah, let's give it like another 30-ish minutes for people to show up, and then for people who want to join us can let us know, like Pit Lord, Naoshi, Kleosh, or anybody else in the chat who wants to play multiplayer, and I can get a little bit of my battle fix in here. But yeah, Majesty, I played a bit of that. That was cool because you didn't control your units directly, right? You
Spearmen ready.
kind of like let them know
Time to
roughly what
move.
you wanted to do. Lords of the Realm, I played like a tiny bit of Lords of the Realm
Awaiting
1,
target.
but never could like quite get like it's funny because like
Reach
Lords of the
that
Realm was
strategic
something that
area.
people compared Knights of Honor 1 to at the time. But yeah, never got too into Knights Lords of the Realm past like just trying it out as a kid. Like it was kind of over my head at the time. Cause like Knights of Honor 1 like is I
I'm
almost
in
call it
charge
a
here.
proto grand strategy
My
game.
life
It's
is
relatively
precious.
simple, and as a kid like that worked for me pretty well. But it was a
Take
little easier to
cover.
wrap my head around than like Lords of the Realm.
They are shooting at
Majesty,
us.
I kind of figured out. Caesar 3,
We're
I could
under
like
attack.
I barely knew what the hell I was doing as a kid though. But yeah,
Keep
once you
your
figure out the
heads
metagame
down.
of these battles,
Watch out,
they do
they're
start getting
flanking
fairly
us.
simple.
The cowards are fleeing. Fight these fools.
Yeah, their generals like will try and
Ready to
kind
fight.
of. Well, this unit's kind
At
of
your
doing well.
command. Ready to fight.
I guess we'll have
At your command.
you guys kind
Spearmen
of
ready.
move in here.
Ready to fight.
But yeah, really appreciate
command.
everybody checking out the stream and all. You know,
To arms.
I love this
Ready
this
to
game
fight.
to grow
Blood
and
steel.
expand. I like
Awaiting
spreading the
target.
world of Knights of Honor. It's definitely not
Spearmen
necessarily
ready.
for everybody, and definitely not for everybody in this
Ready
current
to
state.
fight.
But I do like this game quite a
Take
bit.
cover. Haha! The weaklings have run away. I must be well protected.
And there's like, I feel like I'm
Bowmen
learning
ready.
new things about the way you play this game and like the strategies and
Ready.
things that like
Ready to
Pit
fight.
Lord was telling me about, like talked about in Discord and saying in
To
game.
arms.
Like there's so many like tricks of the game that especially you learn from
Keep your heads
multiplayer.
Our leader
Like the
is
meta
under
of the game is
attack.
rather
My
interesting.
life is precious.
I guess we need to take out their general because that's where all the fun is right now.
Awaiting target.
Spearmen ready.
I guess this
At your
small
command.
tiny unit that's probably gonna die can fight the archer unit that got
Reach the
surrounded.
spot before the enemy. We're being
Yeah, Knights of Honor 1, the generals would have been dead a long time ago
Run like your lives
because
depend on it.
they just die so quickly. They only have 10 units inside of them too.
My life is precious.
Come on,
Surround the
fight
enemy.
their general.
Ready to fight.
Why are you running over there?
The enemy is cowering.
Alright, cool. We did take a lot of losses from their
The enemy
archers this
leader
battle.
is dead.
Like, that's the
His
thing, when you go for the
forces
general like
surrendered.
that, in my experience, I lose like half of my infantry when I try and go for the general like that. So that's why I usually try to, when I say today, gotcha, like a family trip or something? Nice. What have I got? Actually, today, like, today I was like playing a game with the
Push
kids where they got
forward.
these blocks for Christmas, and so we were spending a lot of time with those blocks. And then we were addicted to Blue's Clues. But
No
game-wise, I
surrender.
didn't.
No retreat.
Like, I just took it. Excellent.
Till the
Nice. I
last
saw a
man.
family last week myself. And
Push
Didn't have time to do it. Like yesterday, I spent
enemy
like a
will
lot of the
fall,
day
I assure you.
editing a battle video of the early Antioch
Political
battles
view.
we've got going on here. We're gonna
Fight with
siege this
honor.
castle soon, and that'll knock out Trebizond.
My troops are
Where's the
waiting.
king? He's going this way. Okay, that's good. Man, there's a lot of battles coming. I would be like overwhelmed if I couldn't do the battle maps here. And he's sailing away. Who's that? Trebizond? Okay. But yeah, so far with Antioch, we've continued our war with Georgia, trying to take out their vassals, Trebizond and Armenia. I always find it interesting that there is like that other Armenia over here, and the separate, like there's definitely some kind of historical thing going on there that I'm not familiar with.
I was planning
For
to do
sure.
that anyway. At once.
We can afford it right now. Okay, that's fine.
We have problems with the foreign population, sire. We have angered our nobility.
There is a
Our merchants'
rebellion
opinion has
here.
suffered.
Rebels, yeah. So like I have rebellions pop up and such, like this, but this is a province I took over recently, and I think I may have forgotten to adopt it actually. But I really have not had like super bad rebellion issues as of yet. Like now that I kind of know the meta for that. But yeah, but
The world at your
multiplayer
fingertips.
exacerbates the challenge of that for sure, because you can't have the battle map stuff go on. Is there a naval battle? Where's the battle going? But yeah, if any of you guys are also,
Our merciless armies have left an enemy settlement burning.
if any of you guys are getting into cool
I am
strategy
ready.
game
What is your wish?
campaigns and such, I'd be interested to hear
My
about how they're
liege.
going for all y'all. I don't know how big
What is
this.
your
Let's save
command?
real quick. Oh yeah, I'm like obviously a little more save scummy in single player than
My
multiplayer.
liege.
Haven't done
What
a
is your
ton,
command?
but
Yes.
for multiplayer, really with zero save scumming whatsoever, really feels
I
quite a
feel
bit different.
wiser now.
I thirst for
Howdy.
battle.
I think
Our
the
armies will
rebel
bring
army is like
justice.
leaving
Our
the
ranks
area.
were reinforced by
I guess
another
not.
army.
Oh yeah, we can take this out. Nice. But yeah, if you want to succeed in this game, the answer is usually get more archers. Let's get a heavy armor smiths. I feel like there was something else I wanted to get. Fiefs. Whoa. Militia troops start at rank 1 will cost no gold. That's pretty cool. Like, I don't really use militia troops, but let's get castle guards. And if you have any questions at all about the game, how to play it, or whether or not you...
Till the last man.
This will
Actually,
be an easy
That's
battle.
so easy that let's just do that. Like, advice on whether you think this game is for you or not, fire away. And I welcome some advice too, because I'm still learning this game. Like, I'm getting close to 100 hours now, but then there's people who've played it for like 300 hours, which is shocking to me so far. But it's a cool, interesting game. Alright, let's listen to some U3 music. I also appreciate that, like, this game, I don't think is ever going to have, like, this massive amount of DLC for it. Like,
Our
they're going to look
foes
into
beseech
expansions
you
and
to
stuff.
sign for peace, my lord.
Let me think about that. If I take out, like, this, just Trebizond, maybe I'll go for peace. But, like, for me,
No
like,
surrender.
just
No
the
retreat.
game, getting in early
Political
was
view.
easier than, like, trying to jump into, like, EU4 stuff. But yeah, Legend, I felt like our last
Till
game
the
last night was
last
going pretty
man.
good. Like, I had constant, like, living on the edge of a knife, but I felt pretty proud, like, I came back, like, I was almost done and murdered by England, and then, like, somehow survived and made a comeback. So that was pretty cool. And then everybody was still alive at the end of that. Well, we only had played a little bit, so that was a cool multiplayer campaign yesterday.
Push forward.
Of course, Knights of Wonder 1 had no campaign multiplayer. It had battle
Captured a new
multiplayer
province.
with
Our armies
GameSpy,
were
of course.
victorious in battle.
Nice.
Sire, we've
Ransom
pleased our
offered
nobility.
from
Rebels in our
Armenia.
land were defeated, my lord. We have received a
We
diplomatic
could use
message.
some more money, probably. I kind of want to take out this kingdom. Wait. That's true. Okay. Just finish off Armenia. Maybe. Georgia offers peace. Let's think about that. Ransom offered. Rebels defeated. I do like the. I've always liked Knights of Honor, the pop-ups here. Like the way the messages pop up. Kind of classy. Although I do think the text, like Town Siege 1 here, is kind of a little bit tacky compared to Knights of Honor 1. But it is what it is. Not the worst.
You can confide in me.
Where's the dot pop? There we go. Trebizond,
I've
60%.
prayed for such a mission. Your orders.
But yeah, and there's just like a lot of metagamey stuff in this game that is really confusing to figure out. Like Knights of Honor 1's a very straightforward game. It is fortunately a
Even I
oh yeah, we can't do that yet. Knights of Honor 1 is a cheap game, kind of
new
a pain to
construction
mod to
has
make it
been
like
finished, my lord.
playable, but on modern hardware, like at a decent pace and whatnot. But still worth doing though. Now let's save again. But yeah, I don't
The
know if I
world
mentioned,
at your
well, I mentioned a few times
fingertips.
earlier, but this was a random campaign where I didn't plan to start playing as Antioch, and it actually is pretty interesting. Like this part of the world I already do is pretty fun. Like you have every religion interspersed in this part of the world. You have lots of action going on, lots of directions you
A
need
new
to fight
upgrade
enemies
has
off
been
from.
completed, sire.
Nice. And like the units available are pretty cool. Do we want to go to peace right now? You know what? Sure, let's do peace. Let's take the ransom, yes. And let's take peace.
Our war has come to
The
an end.
Atlantics are angry. I forget how we even got into that war, but hey.
Should we march?
Our king is old, we should probably deal with him being old.
At once.
But we
This
should
is
have
a
like a
good
higher tech
strategy.
army next the time
I'm
we
ready.
fight a war.
Respect my authority.
Especially because like the our neighbors down here
Political
have thought
view.
about fighting us. Makuria has popped up. They
An
are
upgrade has
Orthodox.
been completed, my lord.
I don't know, like maybe somebody
Our
else
scouts have
knows
spotted a mercenary camp.
if Makuria was a historical area at this, probably not at this point in history
My
anyway, but
mission was not meant to
damn.
be.
But like Makuria has popped up in my games, and it's like this Byzantine, like Orthodox kingdom down here. Pretty cool. Also, if you do play Knights of Honor, like enjoy it, like
May
consider
God
like
bless you,
straight
my
up like
lord.
leaving a Steam review, because they started out mixed. They're mostly positive now.
Splendid idea.
I think there's good, valid criticisms about the game.
I bet this will turn to
Gonna roll the
profit.
dice here.
A foreign
sure.
loyalist rebellion plaigues
But
our
there's also like
provinces.
some stuff going around that's just flat
What is your
not true.
command?
So
Right away.
where is that rebellion? There we go. Let's go clear it up. All right. Also, I have linked in the about section of the Twitch channel down below a bunch of links to guides and stuff. Like I want to shout
We
out
have
to
improved
Pint,
our relations with a
Pint,
foreign
however he goes
kingdom.
by.
Rebels are
I think also known as
plundering
Pint
our
Bomb,
settlement, my
who
lord.
he put together like one was a guide with like a bunch of the different special units for each of
What
the
is your
kingdoms.
wish?
That was pretty cool. And then he made a guide with like pictures of like formidable nations, like to
The
form
world at your
Byzantium, you need to be
fingertips. A
like
diplomatic
Nicaea or
message has
Trebizond or
arrived.
Epirus and take over this area. Jerusalem asks Hadra. Where is Hadra? Decline. Non-aggression pact, no. So that's pretty cool. I highly recommend his guides
I am ready. Oh, what?
because it's like pretty hard to see in
right.
game.
I
One
got
thing I
it.
have found is that if you look at the town, you can mouse over. So this is the town, and then here is the province. So those are two separate things. I'm not totally sure
My
why they're
troops
not
are
just the
waiting.
same thing,
This
but
is a good strategy.
that's a
Yes.
thing to be aware of. Because like the original guide
No surrender.
did not
no
really
retreat.
tell you about
Some of
the
our
town
lands
names.
are ungoverned, my lord.
Alright, the spy needs a governor in place. This is a castle as well and 3 villages. This is probably a better place for military, but we've already set up the other place. Spy Baldwin, sure.
My birdies will report any misconduct.
Alright, we need housing, I think. Can't quite afford housing, but yeah. We do have a. Do we finish our
was a
profitable
fine
deal?
day for
Nice. So profitable deals, of course, are when you try to flip a amount of money. It is, of course, a random success thing, so good luck with that. I think the building system in this game also is super unique. Like Knights of Honor 1 did not have that system.
Open these damned gates or I'll break them.
Do I want to try this? That's kind of risky.
Disorder has ceased in one of our provinces.
Oh, we do need to do
Thy
some
will is done. You can confide in me.
conversions.
Sire, we've spotted mercenaries camping
Yeah,
in
mercenaries.
our lands.
Yeah, we have good.
Sire, we've been
chances.
victorious. We've gained favor with
Let's
our
see, rebels
nobility.
defeated.
Sire, a rebel army has been defeated. We've
Nice.
stopped the enemy from plundering our
I always
settlement.
felt like I don't know if anybody else here likes the I think it was Andreas Waldetoft, the Paradox Games composer, like Europa Universalis, Crusader Kings. Like, one, I like his music. 2, I think it fits Knights of Honor pretty well. Kind of reminds me
May
of
the
Lorian's
light
music,
guide
like
your
Knights of
way.
Honor 1 music. We need more of that. Alright. But yeah, and I hear like tons of people talk about how much they love the Knights of Honor 1 soundtrack.
What is your wish?
Like, I always play it at least once on stream. Always super enjoyable to listen to that one. I like the current game's soundtrack as well. It's just that it doesn't always play. There's gaps. In Knights of Honor 1, you could like choose to continue another song, but Knights of Honor 2, that doesn't pop up. Also, by the way, well, let me... New mentions, actually. Up to it in 30 minutes. Okay, sounds like Kliesh can join us for multiplayer. He said that at 10:35, so yeah, around the like 20 or something minutes, we'll try and get back into multiplayer. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send a ping to Pitlord while we're at it. Coolness. Alright, cool. Apologies for that. Yeah. Once again, if you want to be in multiplayer,
I'm
then
ready.
just let me know. But
I
it is
was
like
planning to do that anyway.
different,
We've
like
erected a new
learning.
building
Like,
site.
I'm at this point thinking about playing on very hard and like extreme in this game in single player, but I wouldn't dare do that for multiplayer personally. Large houses sounds appealing, but yeah, let's go for large houses. And we do need that.
Political view.
But I wonder, Legend, if you were able to form Spain playing as Leon in a multiplayer game. So, do me a favor, and when you're playing as Leon, conquer all of Spain plus the whatchahoozit,
The Pope
Malorcs or
has
whatever, and
excommunicated the
Sardinia.
heretics.
Mice and excommunicated. Like, I want to see if you can be a province and reunite the kingdom. I don't think that's the case, but it would be very cool if you could.
You will not regret this, my lord.
Cool. Let's think about that. Also, your spies can do interesting things in this game, right? Like, you need to skill them up a bit and have money available, so it's not really an early game thing most of the time, but you can take over different kingdoms. You can
Foreign culture has spread to one of our provinces.
So you're playing as Leon, like the province Leon, in our multiplayer game. See if you can form the Empire of Spain. You just need to conquer all of like the country of Spain except for Granada, I think, plus the Mallorcs, or however you say that, and Sardinia, and boom. Speaking of which,
The
Papal
world
State's
at
becoming
your
a warlord again,
fingertips.
an African warlord slash Italy. Yeah, like I feel like that's not going to work. I feel like that's something that should work, but unfortunately it probably doesn't. Maybe a mod can fix that. Yar. Yeah, I'll definitely have to make friends with them first, but then you also need to eventually conquer a lot of their territory in order to form that in the end. Like when I played my Spain game, basically I was Castile and we destroyed Aragon, but I got Portugal and Leon and Toulouse and maybe somebody else all to gang up together on the not the Almohad. Was it the Almohads? Yeah, I think it was the Almohads, and just like destroy them, and it was pretty fun, pretty cool. I guess more lords, or that's housing barracks. Oh yeah, we should probably build swordsmiths. Siege workshops are very strong. It's going to be pretty expensive for me.
A mercenary camp was spotted within our lands.
Yes.
Oh, this actually could be good for us, because we want to make a bunch of these troops. Yar. Like, we need heavy spearmen and heavy archers, so... Can't really afford too many of them. Or we can make them ourselves now, can't we? Yeah. Oh, hey, we can get desert horse archers now. And we can get heavy archers, heavy spearmen, Templar heavy cavalry. We can't get these, though. We need we need a bunch of extra stuff for that, so... with that in mind, we should probably start upgrading our armies. Like, you can actually get pretty far on the battle map with low-tech units, of course,
A new
but
upgrade has been completed, sire.
it's more fun to have
skilled, I want to raise.
more upgraded things. Barracks we have.
Our diplomat has strengthened our bond with
Jerusalem,
another kingdom. We have received a
Hadjarans,
diplomatic message.
Or support by Oman. That's
Crusader
just so far
armies were
away.
defeated in battle.
I would love to have
Sire,
extra money.
We have completed an upgrade.
You know what? Sure. Let's go to war for money. And, whoops. Oh, wow. A lot of people hate those people, so A for us. Profitable deal. 57% sure. Probably a bad idea, but yeah. Okay, so, cool. A large houses upgrade completed. Public baths. That might be good. But yeah, we do need to start getting our higher tech units. Like 1, 2. Where's the king?
Yes.
Here. Drop off some archers. Go pick up those well, drop off some of both. Yeah, and then go pick these guys up. But yeah, it's kind of like I originally started streaming horror games on this channel, but I suddenly one day was like, man, I really want to play Crusader Kings 3 because I'd only played 2, so I played that game. And then Knights of Honor 2 suddenly was coming out, and I was like, whoa, like that's the sequel to a game that I loved as a kid, and I started playing Knights of Honor 2 right the day it came out, and it's been pretty fun, for sure. Like, I am definitely digging it. Heavy spearmen, yeah, they need to buff heavy infantry for sure. Templar, maybe chat can tell me if Templar Knights are worth making, because I hear Templars are cool, but I assume that they're talking about the cavalry, like the best cavalry in the game or something. But like, you just have so much more defense, with heavy spearmen versus the Templar infantry that I feel versus range that I feel like I would rather have the spearmen in most situations. Oh, we can still make more of these. That's nice. Let's make 1, 2. Once we have more levies, we can do that. Yeah, we have a nice amount of levies available right now, so that's pretty cool. Export food, forget. No, we're gonna need lots of food, I think.
My sword is yours,
Alright.
sire. Now I am
Got a fully
mighty and
trained up
smart.
marshal.
We've struck a
Probably should
fine
get a
deal.
tradition soon. Nice. We had that profitable deal go through.
A new pope heads the Catholic Church. An upgrade has been completed, my lord.
Sadly, our cardinal is not a cardinal elect. Hopefully he will get an upgrade at some point for that. Desert horse archers. That's kind of cool. I didn't even know this was a unit in the game. That's pretty awesome, actually. Oh, horse stables. Nice. And so we just need, yeah, we can almost get that. Nice. And I guess we'll start getting our other troops.
Yes, my lord.
This is relatively
Your
skilled.
orders.
Profitable deal. 58%. I guess we'll go for that, and hopefully that works out. We've had pretty good luck with the profitable deals so far. But yeah, it's cool seeing everybody hang out and grow to love this game and other strategy games, other games from Europe and whatnot. Like have a lot of people who watch from Germany, of course, as always. Hang out with like people from Belgium and South Korea, Japan, like all around different parts of the U.S. Super cool.
My sword is yours, sire.
A diplomatic message has arrived.
Oh, an offer from Nicaea.
Sire, our
no.
diplomat managed to improve our
Nice.
relations.
How are we doing with relations? We are super friendly with them now. Well, who else could we like
Political
start making
view.
friends with? We could make friends with Nicaea. Yeah. Konya's kind of friendly with us too.
At your service, sire. Hopefully, we will remain
But yeah,
friends.
there
with
gets a
you.
point in the game where you just kind of make friends with your neighbors. And in this game, we just happen to be friendly from early on, and you get your kingdom stability up, and like you don't have like people stabbing you in the back left and right. You don't have constant rebellions, so it really makes it a lot
What is your
easier
command?
to make things work. Oh, we can have Templar Knight Infantry now. Maybe we'll splash one in at some point, but for now, just a unit of heavy spearmen. And we're going to have 2 units of Templar Knight Cavalry, which everybody's always like saying is pretty good.
Yes, my lord.
Should we march?
And we could start... Yeah, we're going to start
A new
replacing our
upgrade has been
troops.
completed, sire.
Public Baths upgrade complete, yeah.
What is your command?
You can go to Malatia, I guess. Actually, no, we're going to have to like spread our armies out a bit on the borders. Get everybody up to like really nice units, of course. Hunting accent, let's think about that. Do we have iron?
The world at your fingertips.
Iron ore, Caesarea. Let's make sure that we have our iron going. That was a plan for me to get a while back, I think. Yeah, so that's going to give additional defense to our heavily armored troops that we
I
are
am
kind of
ready.
moving into at this
At
point.
once.
Cool, you can go there. I guess you can drop off more units here. So we're going to actually have garrisons around the map now, which I usually don't have.
A new construction has been finished, my lord.
Oh? Oh, nice. Metalworking is done. Miners' shacks. Expand trade. Ooh, I want to expand trade. We just need a little bit more. Lucrative import. No. Kingdom destroyed. Kingdom has one. Damn you, England! No! They have one more wars. Wait, this is a good. Population growth. No, that's not. Courthouses. Nice. That's actually super good to get. And we can skill
Let
up
the sun always shine on you.
Archery
New
3.
tactics. These should be
If
useful.
you're like, what should I go
His
for
Excellency, the
military
king
stuff?
and his
Archery is
most
like always a
noble
safe
family.
bet. Like even if your country doesn't have a focus on archery, it's pretty good.
My liege.
Also, we have 1 cavalry guy,
Yes.
2 cavalry
What
guys.
is your command?
You're not a cavalry guy, but cavalry's cool. I might go for cavalry tradition just because that's pretty fun.
My troops are waiting.
Here, I guess you can go all the way down to like Antioch. Yeah. Expand trade. Damn it, we need more trade goods available. Oh, it's paused. I'm an
An
idiot.
upgrade has been completed, my lord.
Nice. More stables. Alright. So, what do we need for you?
A
Just
new
more money and
upgrade
more
has been
levies.
completed, sire.
Yeah, your heavy cavalry is actually, like, costs a ton of, levies, so... I would love to do that if we could afford that right now.
Should we march?
Sire, we have the right to claim some
Ayyubids.
foreign
Oh.
lands.
Lefkosia and
The
Alexandria.
world at your fingertips.
They do love us right now. And Alexandria. Is Alexandria a trade port now? No. Yeah, let's go for it. But they hate us now, don't they? Oh, they're still trusting. Why don't you go
advice?
to the Ayyubids after all?
I shall pack
And I
leave
forgot,
at
we do
once.
need to get you to convert
You can confide in me.
places. Preach Catholicism. Let's wait till we have gold for that. And
I am ready.
Here can drop off more troops.
An upgrade has been completed, my lord.
Minor shacks are finished. Let's wait till we can start conversion to
We have received a diplomatic message.
defensive
Let this
pack
be the
against
beginning
Molodia.
of a beautiful friendship.
Alright. Awesome.
What is your command?
What is your wish?
Political view.
Expand trade. Oh, we can actually do that now. Let me think. Who's trading for the most right now? 80, 67, 57.
How may
Ayyubids.
I
Yeah,
serve
you should expand
I
your
bet
trade.
this will turn to profit.
Nice. I always like having 3 merchants, but like, may definitely be worth just sticking
Low
with 2.
stability plagues some of our lands, sire.
Alright, can we start
May God
converting
bless
it?
you, my lord.
Not quite. Almost there. Export food? No. Preach Catholicism? I thought we had higher
Our
percentages
nobility's
somewhere.
opinion has improved.
But, yeah,
Sire,
we have a lot of
we have
conversions to
completed
do.
An upgrade.
I guess we'll start at... What's this? Is there room? Yeah, let's go there.
Repent! Repent! The judgment day is near.
Merchants in our kingdom applaud our actions.
If I could just make
sire.
the peasants happy.
My sword is yours, sire. Consider it done, sire. Should we march?
Okay, you can start moving over here. And then the king... Actually, no, you can't.
An
You can stay
upgrade
there.
has been completed, my lord.
Nice. Alright, and then our next...
My liege.
You're here.
What is your command?
You're here for right now. Oh, we can get siege workshops. Like next time we go to war, we're just gonna destroy whoever we go to war against.
My troops are waiting. My knowledge has increased.
All right, just need more gold for that.
Splendid work, sire. We've won our
Okay.
war.
Nice. We never had to do
The
anything with
world
them.
at your fingertips.
No one has won as many wars as us. Nice. We did so much. Jerusalem and Antioch taking over the Middle East. Cool. He's venerable.
His Excellency,
so we
the
have
king
one
and
guy who
his
can
most
succeed him.
noble family.
That'll be good. But these are expensive. Templar Knight Cavalry. Oof. Now we have to wait for a whole bunch more money for that.
I am
But yeah,
ready.
we're also skilling guys up.
For
We just
Christ
came out of
and
wars,
glory,
so
a new crusade is coming.
can't afford that just yet. Yeah, our book income is pretty good now. Let's go.
I am more skilled now.
Profitable deal. Yeah, we need money. Only 55%, but we'll go for it, I think. If we can afford that.
We have successfully converted
Nice.
the religion of a
Going to
province.
Trebizond now. So yeah, the way that like the conversions work is that if you're successful, you go on to the next place. If you fail and you don't die, then you can try it again. So it can actually be fairly reasonable to convert a bunch of provinces.
A foreign kingdom wishes to arrange marriage.
Isn't this our vassal? Sure, why not? Shun for merchant.
A fine plan, sire.
Where's
Sire,
our profitable
our
deal?
fame has led
Hey, we're a
us
great
to
power.
become a great
Nice.
power.
So this is one way we can win the game. We're friends with a lot of the top powers that are not Christian powers,
Tomorrow
actually.
will be richer.
Cannot expand trade just yet. Damn you. The 80% chance one. Now we're going to try
Money well
a
spent.
much lower chance one. Turn time up a little bit here. Turn it down.
My sword is yours,
Skill you
sire.
up.
Now I know the art of war.
Also should mention that
A
Like,
province has been
it's
successfully
cool to see other
converted
people streaming
to
in
our
all the different
religion.
languages for Knights of Honor, of course. Not so many English ones. Grizzly522 was a pretty cool guy when I checked out his stream. So, shout out to him. I think that if Legend and or Kleosh are here, we can try and jump in our multiplayer game. I have already a game going with just Legends, so if Legends is the only guy we have right now, we could jump back to that for a bit.
The world at
But
your
right before that, though, I
fingertips.
guess I'll save and I will take a quick bathroom break, just a couple minutes. So, hang tight, guys. We'll be back with some multiplayer in just a couple minutes.